Welcome to today's mat yoga practice. So today we have the accompaniment of Floyd, who's yelling at us. So, enjoy. Um, what we'll be doing today is a mat practice, and we're going to be using the wall today. So see if you can find yourself some space. It can be just a doorway with the door closed, or it can be a little slice of wall. It doesn't have to be a lot. But these practices, these wall practices, can be really nice, especially if it's really hot outside or if you're feeling tired and you just need a little quick stretch and a little rejuvenation. Because when we have our legs up the wall, it actually is really helpful for our hearts. It gives our hearts a little bit of a break of pushing all that blood to our feet and all the way back up against gravity. So, hopefully, you can take a little time, cool off a little bit, and enjoy this practice. We're actually going to start laying down on your back on the floor. So find a spot, making your space here. And then just bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your chest. You can close your eyes and just bring your attention into your body here. Take a few breaths on purpose. Just feeling that gentle flow of your inhalation and your exhalation. Maybe breathing through your nose if you can. Just bringing your attention into your body, into this space. And then let your arms come down by your sides. And we're going to start with a little movement of the spine. We're just going to wake things up a little bit here. Kind of get a little information from the body. So all you're going to do is, as you inhale, arch your back just that little bit. Push your chest, your belly toward the ceiling. And then when you exhale, really pull that belly button in, flattening your back toward the floor. Do this a couple of rounds. Easy breath. Just finding the rhythm that feels good for you. Now we're going to continue that little movement of your spine and add moving your arms. So at the same time you inhale, you're going to arch your back, lift both arms to the floor above your head. On your exhale, bring both arms to your sides, really pull that belly button in. Do this a couple more times, just nice and easy. Again, paying attention to your body here, listening to the lyrical tones of Floyd. Let's do one more, moving your arms, moving your spine. And the next time your arms are by your sides, let your arms relax, let your back relax, and then just bring your knees in towards your belly. You're going to let your hands come to your kneecaps. Now we're going to do a little movement here. All you're doing is when you exhale, really pull your belly button and use your abdominal muscles to pull those thighs close. So you're not using your arms, you're using your abs. And then as you inhale, press your thighs away from your chest until your arms are straight. Your arms are just a little guide here. So exhale, pulling those knees in towards your belly. Use your abs, don't use your arms. And then inhale, press your knees away from your chest. Do this a couple more times. Nice and easy. Now hug those knees in towards your chest. If you like, you can lift your head up towards your knees, feeling that stretch along your back. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Set your feet back down onto the floor. And then open your feet a little wider than hip distance away from each other. Your arms can rest wherever you like. We're just going to do our little windshield wiper move here. So as you exhale, twist both knees to one side. Chin goes to the opposite, pulling that belly button in. As you inhale, untwist. And then exhale, twist the other way. Hopefully you don't run into the wall. Inhale, untwisting. So do this a few more times. Just find the rhythm, find the movement that works for you, for your space. I'm going to do One more time on each side. You go at your speed. And then when you feel even, like you've twisted to both sides equally, you can just let those knees, your chin stay up toward the ceiling. All right. Now we're going to move to the wall. So here's the deal. To come to the wall, you may want to sit up and bring your hip so you're kind of sideways to the wall. Your hands can be on the floor, and that way you can use your hands to help rotate your body, bringing your legs up the wall. And then wiggle around. Find your space. Your butt does not have to be touching the wall. You can have some space between your hips and the wall. But think about extending your legs up toward the ceiling here and just take a moment. Find that space where your legs feel supported. If you notice that any part of your body doesn't love this extended leg, you can always bend your knees. But just find a spot where your legs can rest for a moment. We're going to let the legs kind of stay in this position. And we're going to focus on the arms here. So reach your arms out to the sides, out of the T to your body. On your next exhalation, you're just going to raise those arms toward the ceiling, pulling your belly button in. And then when you inhale, open your arms wide, pressing into the floor. Do this a couple more times. Again, feel that little movement of your spine. So as you exhale, pull in that belly button and really flatten your low back toward the floor. And then as your arms go wide, maybe feel your chest, your belly push up toward the ceiling. Again, just moving at the speed of your breathing. I'm going to do one more. The next time your arms are resting on the floor, just let your arms rest on the floor. Now you can keep your arms out to the sides or you can bring them to your hips, whatever works for you. We're going to refocus the attention, the effort at the legs. Now bend your knees so that your feet are flat on the wall. You don't want to bend your knees so much that you can't see your toes. So give yourself a little room to play here. What we're going to do is this little half bridge movement. So usually when we do this, your feet are on the floor and you lift your butt. We're doing the same movement, we're just using the wall. So on your next inhalation, you're going to lift your hips. Try and relax your neck here. And then when you exhale, really pull that belly button in, lowering your spine down. Now pay attention. Maybe your spine doesn't want to roll today. Maybe you want to keep your spine pretty straight. But see if you can find that control through your legs, your hips. If you get a little wiggle, that's okay. But see if you can inhibit the wiggle of your hips, your legs as you move. So you're nice and controlled all the way up. And then all the way down. Just go as high as it feels useful for you today. All right, we're going to do one more lift. If you like, you can stay here. Just take a breath. Think about pressing your arms into the floor wherever they are. See if you can find that little stretch along the back of your neck here. And then go ahead and lower your hips all the way to the floor again. And then extend your legs up the wall. All right, we're going to stay here for a moment. We want to stretch out those muscles we just tightened, okay? So if you can, keeping your right leg straight, just lift your right leg away from the wall. And then do small circles with your leg. So from your hip, rotating your leg in small circles. And then maybe take those small circles in the opposite direction. You breathe however you want. Just keep breathing. Now set that right foot onto the wall. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So lifting that left leg away from the wall, really pull your belly button in, using those abdominal muscles again. Do small circles with that left leg extended. Breathing. Maybe take those circles in the opposite direction. And then gently set that left foot onto the wall. All right, you might be feeling those hip flexors just a little bit. So what I want you to do now is bend your knees so that your feet are on the wall. It's okay if you bend your knees a little bit more in this position. You want your big toes touching each other, your heels together though. So on your next inhale, you're just going to open your knees wide away from each other. And then when you exhale, bring your knees all the way back together. So it's really moving your hips, moving your legs here. See if you can get a little action in your spine too. So as you bring your knees together, pull that belly button in. As you inhale, opening your knees wide, feel that little arch in your back. Do this a couple more times. Now, the next time your knees are wide away from each other, let your knees stay wide. You can bring your feet as close to your hips as it feels useful. All right, your legs are going to stay in this position. We're going to move the arms just a little bit. Now, we don't usually do this kind of forced stretch. But what I want you to do is at the same time, you're going to clench your glutes and then gently press your hands into your legs. Now, when you're pressing, think about pressing your knees away from each other. That's the action. It's not like you're pushing toward the wall. You're pushing your knees away from each other. At the same time you clench those glutes, it should be gentle. If you feel your shoulders working really hard, that's probably too far. Take another breath or two here, just feeling the action. And then relax your glutes, relax your press. Bring those knees all the way back together. And again, stretch your legs straight up the wall. Now you want your legs extended here. We're just going to be here for a minute. All you're going to do is point your toes toward the ceiling and then flex your feet. Try and spread those toes wide. Go back and forth a few times, just pointing and flexing. Let's do it one more time. Point and flex. If anybody ever asks you why you have footprints on your wall, you can show them. You can show them what we do. All right. Now you get to bend your knees again. And it doesn't matter how deep the knee bend is, but you want your feet flat on the wall. We're going to do a little twist here. So find some space, stretch your arms out to the sides, and then you're just going to walk your feet to the right as far as it feels useful. If you can, maybe get that right foot to rest on the floor. Maybe your right knee can rest on the floor. All right. And then try and get your left shoulder, your left arm to relax toward the floor. So even if your leg is up high, that left leg is up high, that's okay. We're going to be moving this left leg. So what I want you to do here is as you inhale, you're just straightening your left leg along the wall. And then when you exhale, bend that left knee back in toward your belly. That's the movement. Inhale, straightening. Maybe you don't go perfectly straight. That's okay. Exhale, returning to the starting spot. I'm going to do two more. Just notice where you feel the action. Feel in your body here. Now, the next time that left leg is straight, if you can, keep your left leg straight. Your leg can be pressing against the wall. Press out through the sole of your left foot. At the same time, reach out through your left fingertips. You can even turn your chin to the left here. Take a breath or two. Notice where you feel the action. Every time you exhale, just pull that belly button in. All right, to come out of this, you're going to bring your head back to center. Bend that left knee. And then just gently walk your feet back to the center. So your spine is flat on the floor, your hips are flat. And then we're going to extend both legs toward the ceiling again. If you can, keep your legs toward the ceiling. Bring your hands to your legs. And then just lift your head, your chest, walking your hands up towards your feet. It doesn't have to be very far. Just wake up those abdominal muscles a little bit. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Bend your knees again. And stretch your arms out to the side. We're going to twist to the other side. Now, if you, like I, don't have that much wall, it's okay if you have a little invisible wall, but let's see if you can walk both feet over to the left. Just go as far as it feels useful. So that left foot can come to the floor, your left knee can drop toward the floor. And then think about getting that right shoulder blade, that right arm resting on the floor. So you feel the twist. It's okay if your right leg is up, if you're feeling tight today, that's fine. And it might be different on this side, so just pay attention. All right, if you have wall for this, what you're gonna do is as you inhale, you're just gonna straighten that right leg along the wall. And then when you exhale, bend your right knee back in toward your belly. So that's the movement. Inhale, straightening your leg along the wall. Exhale, bending that right knee. We're going to do 2 more. Pay attention. Only go as far as it feels useful. That may be a new thing to ask your body. Is this useful? Or is this just pushing because I want to try? Okay, the next time that top leg, that right leg is straight out against the wall, you get to stay here. Think about pressing out through the sole of your right foot. Really get that right shoulder blade onto the floor. Maybe even turn your chin to the right. Take a couple of breaths here. Let gravity do most of the work. Feeling that space in your body. All right, now you're going to bend. Your right knee, head comes back to center. And then just gently walk your feet back up the wall. Coming back to that center spot. And again, straighten both legs up the wall. Hands to your legs. And then you're going to walk your hands up your legs just that little bit. Waking up those abdominal muscles. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Take a rest. Just take a moment. What we're trying to do is reset that spine. Those twists are really big twists. And when we do that little abdominal, that little sit-up, your abdominal muscles are the opposite muscles of your back. So the idea is to try and help bring everybody back to neutral. If you don't feel neutral, take a minute to take care of yourself. We're going to do one more thing with the legs up the wall here. So what I'd like you to do is open your feet wide away from each other. Now you go as wide as you want or as wide as you have wall. Take a breath, pressing out through the soles of your feet. Again, gravity's doing most of the work here. Just feel that passive stretch on the inside muscles of your legs. Take a breath or 2. Now, if you can, keep your feet wide. You're just going to bend your knees until your feet are on the wall. And then you can walk your feet all the way back to the center. All right, now you choose how you want your legs to rest. We're going to keep the legs elevated so you can straighten your legs up the wall. If this makes any part of your body uncomfortable, you can bend those knees. We're just going to focus movement on the arms again. So go ahead and reach both arms over your chest again. Gently lace your fingers together here. Now take a moment, feel your hips, feel your low back nice and solid on the floor. All you're going to do is reach both arms to the right, bending that right elbow to the floor. Your chin can turn to the right. Think about opening up the space, feeling that stretch behind your left shoulder blade. Breathe in easy. And then we're going to come back up toward the ceiling. I like to recross my fingers. You don't have to. But then we'll move over to the other side. So bending that left elbow to the floor. I really wish I could give you a camera view of Mr. Floyd in this position. He's all blissed out. All right, now reach back up toward the ceiling. Maybe recross your fingers because we're going to do it again. Twisting your arms to the right. Chin turns right. Keep those hips pressing into the floor. Breathe. And then reach back up toward the ceiling. One more time, recrossing those fingers. Reaching both arms left, looking for that stretch behind your right shoulder blade. Breathe in easy. Now reach back up toward the ceiling, and then you get to open your arms wide. Let your arms relax. And then you're going to bend both knees and just roll to one side. You get to choose based on your room, based on where it feels useful. Roll to one side and find a way to support your head, your neck, just for a moment here. When we have those legs elevated, it does help the heart relax a little bit, but we want to take our time coming out of those inverted positions, just giving your body a moment to adjust, to feel gravity in this new position. All right, now here's the deal. We're going to come onto our backs again. So you can find your way there however you like. It doesn't have to be pretty. As you find your spot on your back, adjusting everything, your shirt, your mat, whatever you got, the cat. All right, so we're going to return to our little windshield wiper movement here again. Twist both knees to the right, chin goes left. When you inhale, untwist. And then exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, untwisting. Just gently go back and forth a few times. Find the movement that feels useful for you. Hopefully you're not running into your wall here. All right, the next time your knees go to the right, stay here. Take a minute, let gravity do the work. If you like, you can cross your right ankle over that left knee and just let the weight of your legs gently drop toward the floor. Maybe feel that little extra stretch across your left hip flexor. If you like, you can even bring that left arm alongside your head, getting that space all the way down your rib cage, your side. You pay attention to your body. If you feel something in your breathing, you're doing this right. All right, now we're going to come out of this. So if you have your arm up, bring your arm back to neutral. Uncross your ankle first, and then bring both knees toward the ceiling. Readjust everything, right? And then we'll twist to the other side. So both knees go left without squishing the cat. Turn your chin to the right. He is very much a part of this practice today. Find a spot where you can hang out. Maybe, if it seems like a good idea, you can cross your left ankle over your right knee. And you can bring your right arm alongside your head if that seems like a right choice for you. Just pay attention. Finding that space, finding what feels good for you. Breathing easy. All right, now we're going to come out of this. So your arm finds that neutral position. Uncross your left ankle first, and then bring your knees up. As you come back to that center position, bring your knees in towards your belly one more time. This time, reach your hands in between your legs, holding your feet, your ankles, your shins. We're going to do our version of happy baby. Try and relax your neck, your shoulders. And then just straighten that right leg out to the right side, wherever you have space. Maybe bend that right knee towards your armpits. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Straighten that left leg out to the left side. Oh, feel that tight hamstring. And then bend your left knee towards your armpits. Now, if you can, straighten both legs. Wherever it feels good, a little tremor is okay. And then bend your knees towards your armpits, finding that stretch here. And then releasing your legs when you're ready. Set your feet back down onto the floor and just check in with your body. Notice how you feel here. All right, if you want, you could just stay resting on the floor, let the video play out. If you have that time, take that time. Take care of yourself. And then just as you're ready, move back into your day, paying attention. Maybe come back to the wall some other time. And just give yourself a little congratulations, a little pat on the back for taking this time to take care of yourself. Nice work. Thank you so much for playing. Namaste.